I tell you what, I love a good here we go first thing in the morning. Manchester City, it looks like have secured their first signing of the summer. Your man Fabrizio Romano has dropped the infamous here we go, and I'm very excited, guys. I'm very excited to have this cracking midfielder in a Manchester City shirt. How you doing? Are you guys good? Are you well? Wednesday the 4th of June, the first signing is here ahead of the Club World Cup. Looks like we've got ourselves an exciting new midfielder. Now, of course, City haven't confirmed it yet, but Fabrizio Romano, this guy doesn't miss when he does his here we go. He knows when a transfer is basically done, and it's been done for a while now. Apparently, it's been edging closer. Hugo Viana's first piece of business. I think that, to be honest, was the stuff in the January as well, to be honest, mate. But good morning to everyone. Welcome to the video. Immediately, it's got to be worth a like. 200 people watching already inside a minute. That's got to be worth a like. We've got Tijjani Reijnders, and we're going to talk about him today and what he can bring to Manchester City and how this will impact City's rebuild and why they're signing him and all that kind of stuff. Get the likes up. Don't forget as well, if you are new to the channel, there'll be loads of content. I've got a video coming later about Rinders as well. Someone said I keep saying Rangers. I'm saying Rinders. About him coming later as well, which should be a little bit more detail and all that kind of stuff. Fingers crossed you are enjoying the videos. If you want to keep up to date with all the Manchester City news and get loads of breaking news, get the subscribe button smashed. Get the video a like and help support the channel. It would mean the world to me. So yes, we've got a man. Tijjani. Is it the pronunciation is Tijjani? Tijjani Reijnders. Reijnders. Is it Reijnders? Is it Reijnders? Tijjani Reijnders. Tijjani Reijnders. Reijnders, there we go, I'll say it. Reijnders is Reijnders now instead of Reijnders. I've been saying rain as in like the king's reign. It doesn't matter. We've got the guy. I'll get it wrong forever, and people will tell me I'm pronouncing it wrong forever as well at the same time. Tijjani Reijnders. There we go. But either way, I'll go over to the news for you, and we can revel in this beautiful bit of news. Here we go. I'll go to Fabrizio's Twitter page. It says, Tijjani Reijnders to Manchester City. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place. Dutch midfielder to join Man City. Deal almost done since yesterday, as revealed, and now being finalised for a package worth around 70 million euros. Personal terms sealed days ago, and formal steps to follow. So essentially, the contract has not yet been signed. So if you guys want to sort of like, it's pronounced like Ryan, okay. Yeah, if you guys want to hold fire on your giddiness, I accept that. But look, this guy knows what he's doing. He loves a tap-in. He's obviously right on this. It's obvious that this was going to happen. There was never any real pushback from AC Milan as well. The player wanted to come here. They've got to sell. It was going to happen. It was always going to happen. And now we've got our first signing of the summer. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I think he's going to be an absolutely fantastic player for Manchester City. I'm going to be really, 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 really honest with you. I knew who he was, of course. I knew he was a good player. I saw all the people wanting him, but I did a video. About 2 months ago during the international break, where was it 2 months ago, something like that, where I wanted to list a bunch of midfield signings that I thought could be good for Manchester City, and Reijnders was one of them. He was one of them. I went through a few players and I did some research on them, and Reijnders was one that genuinely surprised me at just how good this guy is. Like, I truly believe here we've got a special footballer. Like, I honestly think he's one of the oops, that's my alarm there. That's my alarm telling me optimistically to get out of bed if I got to go back to sleep again. I didn't. Yeah, but Reijnders, I think, is one of probably the best midfielders in the world right now. Now, he's recently been voted as a Serie A midfielder of the year, but what you get from Reijnders, I'm looking at my notes here. You get a guy who's a threat all over the pitch, He can do that sort of deep-lying playmaker thing where he gets the ball off the defenders and progresses the ball up the pitch in the way that Gundogan can do. But more than that as well, he's very capable, like Gundogan, at getting in the box and scoring a goal. He can play as a 10 very happily, and he can get forward with that pace of his box-to-box midfielder. You've got a complete midfielder here, one very comfortable with his technical ability of getting the ball deep, then also taking it up the pitch. Thing is, it's not just there. He's not like he can just travel with the ball well, and he can travel with the ball well. He's a really good runner, this guy. He's got a very exciting burst of pace past people. We've got a lot of ball carriers these days. But someone said he better not be the new Nunes. Nunes' problem in midfield was that he could carry the ball really well, but he didn't have the ingenuity or the smartness of passes. Now, that's not the problem for Reijnders. the quality of this guy's passing, the passing decisions that he makes, his distribution, absolutely top level, truly top level. Like his first touch, as someone just said in the chat, is world class, incredibly good in tight spaces. He reminds me an awful lot of Gundogan in that way. Very, very willing as well to make incisive through balls, think it over the top, play reverse passes. Lovely little 1-2 ability as well, where he'll give it and go and follow up his own passes to get into the box as well. A real hunger for goal scoring. Genuinely, while also being technically excellent and also being a pretty decent sized guy as well. Look, he's got that close control, the dribbling ability, he's got intelligent distribution, he's creative, he can play through balls, he scores goals. And someone said David Silva mode. Honestly, no, just a younger Gundogan. That's what it reminds me of Gundogan, where Gundogan was sort of could play any role really intelligently. But this guy as well, look, he's not like the most physically impressive in terms of like aggressive on the pitch. He's a good height. He's like 5'10", 6 foot or something like that. So he's a decent size, but he's more the kind of guy who will, intercept as opposed to harry opponents into losing the ball. He's the kind of guy who's smart with his defensive work as opposed to physical with his defensive work. But having said that, he's still big enough to compete, obviously. He's big enough to win headers and win second balls. And he's decent as well, he's 6'1", is he? Okay, well, I've sort of slightly downplayed him there. Yeah, well, he's bigger than I realised. He's 6 foot plus, so there we go. He's a big guy, basically. And once he learns as well how to, the physicality of the Premier League, he'll get even better as well. Look, obviously at Milan, he played alongside Fofana, who was an absolute, an energetic machine alongside him. So that meant Reijnders could go forward and get himself, around the area, which was very good at getting those pockets of space, and contributing all in all the final third of the pitch, be it linking up with the wingers and the forwards, playing those little kind of intricate key passes to keep the ball moving constantly from out wide to central, just linking up with everyone basically. And he's the kind of guy who will make those runs either side of Haaland like Gundogan did, So he's one of those guys where everything you get basically. Lovely ability technically. He's got that Dutch total football feel. Little give and goes. He can play the triangles. He's a goal scoring threat from inside the area, from outside the area. He's smart with his movement. He's a good size. His dribbling's really good. His touch is really good. Guys, we've signed genuinely a world class midfielder. I truly believe he's world class. I would implore you guys to go and watch some highlights of him because he's a special footballer, and I can't wait to see how he fits in at Manchester City. Honestly, I feel like he's an absolute lock to walk into this side and be a regular starter alongside Rodri. I think as good as Kovacic is, Kovacic is a cracking ball carrier. I think Reijnders is a lot smarter, a lot more technical, and Kovacic is technical as well, but I think Reijnders has got a better final ball, a better eye for goal. And well, all together, just being a little bit more intuitive with his past decision making and so on. Essentially, you've got Gundogan at 26 again, which is brilliant. What more could you ask for? And for a very good price. What is 70 million euros? Let me Google 70 euros. In pounds is 58 million quid. Well, there we go. That's pretty much the going rate these days, isn't it? Yeah, you'll take that, won't you? Yeah, I'm more than happy with that. Look, I'm very happy with this in general. I think this is very exciting. I think he's going to be a cracking player for Manchester City. We've got the guy. Di Marzio also reported this morning, and this fella called Longo, where has he gone, was saying that City were finalising the details last night. Daniel Longo, you need to get your flowers, mate, because you confirmed it last night, basically. Di Marzio went first with it this morning, and then your man Fabrizio followed up as well this morning afterwards. So, look, I'm very excited for this. I'm very, 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 very excited. He's a cracking player. If you want to know where he'll sit, I'll show you where he'll be and where he'll play. He's essentially going to be an number 8. I'll go over to the tactics board as always. You're going to have Rodri here. You're going to have Reijnders here. He's going to be next to him. Rodri's going to be there. You're going to have someone there. You're going to have someone there. Yeah, it's going to be sort of like this, isn't it? Reijnders will be there. Occasionally, I think he'll drop deep alongside Rodri. They'll work together in bringing the ball up the pitch. He can do it all, and he's going to be perfect. He's going to be techie midfielder. Exactly. Look, I've been sort of... It is lineup builder, don't worry, mate. I've been sort of... bemoaning for an awful long time now the lack of technical ability at Manchester City. It's been driving me mad how, the technical ability has dipped an awful lot. Look, we still have Gundogan and, Bernardo Silva, but they've not been quite as techie as they used to be because they got older, or they're a little bit tired or whatever. De Bruyne obviously dipped an awful lot in terms of his ball retention. Still ability there, but he wasn't quite as smart as he used to be. Rodri wasn't there at all. Kovacic was a step down at City at our very best as well. And it felt like our midfield ability was just dipped massively, in terms of physicality, in terms of running ability, and also in terms of just being the smartest side. Guardiola sides cannot work without the smartest footballers. You have to give him footballers who are borderline geniuses, because that's how Guardiola works. And what I mean by geniuses, I mean players who just can think quicker than most. They don't have to be the best dribblers or the fastest, but they have to think quicker, because Guardiola thinks quicker. And if you've got players who can do that and match his energy on the pitch that way in terms of his intelligence, then you've got a great chance of doing an awful lot, They are absolutely... they are absolutely perfect for Guardiola's way, these techie footballers, and this is what we've got now. So, but it's going to happen, we are going to move towards that again. By the way, I've just got distracted by the kits again. I saw someone mocking him up on a kit, and I'm like, oh god, it made me feel a bit queasy. I'm trying to see any more news breaking as it happens now. Yeah, but basically I thought I saw something enhancing it. I can't wait for him, man. And we're gonna get Ait Nori as well. We're going to get Ryan Shirky as well. Look, yeah, I really can't wait for this. It should be an awful lot of fun. This guy is perfect for Manchester City. He is going to be a cracking signing, and I've got a feeling, we've got a bit of a superstar in the making. I'll try and find a sort of I'll do some statistical comparisons for you. What's the one where it's FB isn't it? FB there we go. Let me find Tijjani Reijnders on statistically. Reijnders. I keep getting it wrong. I'll get there. So here's Reijnders' stats. I love these, by the way. So this is his percentile stuff. So in terms of this, shows you how good he is compared to other people. So this is based on positional pairs in the big five leagues of the last 365 days. So the big five leagues being Premier League, La Liga, German League, Italian League, and I presume the French League, is it? I presume it's the French League, unless it's... Yeah, it'll be the French League. It won't be the Dutch League, will it? It'll be the French League. So it'll be the top five leagues there. I presume that definition has not changed there. Here we go. So similar players for you statistically, based off the stats. There we go. Look at those similar players. Ilkay Gundogan, number one. We've got a Gundogan replacement. Martin Odegaard, James Maddison. Players that we should have signed. Bellingham, Bernardo Silva's on there. We've got ourselves a Gundogan and Bernardo Silva replacement. Very Odegaard. I think he might be better than Odegaard. I'm not just trolling you there. Yeah, I think he'd be cracking. And here he is in the percentile. Though he's in the 97th percentile, which means only 3% of midfielders are better than him at non-penalty goals. It's he's literally better than 97% of top-level footballers at scoring goals. Better than 96% of top-level footballers at non-penalty, racking up non-penalty XG. The 98th percentile of shots total. Then you look at his general... expected assists and all that kind of stuff, and shot creating actions. Look, Then you look at his passing, progressive carries 96%. His take-ons 84%. Look at all that green everywhere, man. His pass completion is 88%, but 80th percentile. Expect that to go up massively, by the way. He'll be at 95% pass accuracy in 2 weeks under Guardiola, because everyone's pass accuracy goes up. So I expect he'll be a 90th percentile pass completion kind of guy before you know it. Defensively, okay, look, aerials 1, clearances, blocks, tackles, really low stuff. Interceptions, decent, Those things are usually, for more defensive-minded midfielders. You would want them to get better, and I'm sure they will do. The website, by the way, is FB Ref. I suspect it'll get better, and it will do. View complete scouting report. Here we go. So here's more stuff, about his pass completion and all this kind of stuff. His passes completed is only 39 per game, which is 47 percentile. But once again, that will go up massively. Look, AC Milan have been really poor this season. They finished 8th in Serie A. They've been really bad. They're losing Theo Hernandez, Mike Maignan. They lost of course, now Tijjani Reijnders as well. But when you look at his pass, he's attempted, it's so low, 44, compared to what you'd be at Manchester City. That I expect that to be 80 minimum. But then his pass completion is still 88%, which is high. And once again, his pass completion short is 91%, which is the 70%. That'll go up again. You know, overall, I like this bit here. This is what I really like, though. So passes into the penalty area, despite not being on the ball as much as you'd like. He's in the 93rd percentile there, which is really high. And his through balls in the 88th percentile. That'll go up again, you would presume. Yeah, passes blocked. That's it. I like that. Rarely any as well. You know, the 91st percentile there. You know, look, it's just really good, you know. It's really good. In terms of like goal creating actions, what that means is how many goal creating actions means, you know, literally that, creating actions, creating goals with his actions. So for shots, you know, he's in the 86th percentile. For take-ons, 86. Essentially, and dead ball passes, look, he's really good at dead balls. He's good at, you know, he creates shots with take-ons. He's shooting. Look, he's really good at taking people on as well, by the way, and creating chances. It's very, very encouraging. I'm trying to get a Serie A expert as well on my channel, actually. Someone who watches Tijjani. Everyone's telling me. I'm just going to call him Reijnders and not mention his first name until I hear someone mention it on commentary. But I'm going to try and get someone anyway on the channel. Possession-wise, his touches is good. I mean, look at all this green here. Progressive carries into the final third, carries into the penalty areas. One of the best in the world at that. Doesn't get many yellow cards. Doesn't lose many aerials as well. 90th percentile there. Look, they've obviously work to do. But what I'm encouraged by is this. I'll show you some of his stats compared to other people in terms of visualizations. So I'll bring up Reijnders here, and I'll put Gundogan there as well, so you see what Gundogan looks like. Essentially, he's almost identical to Gundogan. As you can see there, slightly better progressive parries. Gundogan's slightly better at duels. But this is based off this season where he had more of a license to go forward. I'll add Reijnders of last season as well. As you can see there, right, that's Reijnders of last season, where he was a lot more defensive-minded defensively, and his duels were a lot better, and even his forward passes were a lot better. I think what you can do if you want to is remove Gundogan from the equation here and presume that is actually what Reijnders is there. He's capable of doing the whole thing a lot better. And when you add Bernardo Silva into this, you know, Bernardo Silva, look, Bernardo Silva is obviously a cracking footballer, but you can see that Reijnders essentially covers everything that Bernardo does and Gundogan can do, and does it just as well, and he'll get better as well. I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited for it. LB isn't informed yet, is he? LB's probably on his way to work, mate, you know? Like, look, don't forget, it's very early. I'm very lucky to be able to be here at home. Look, this guy is a cracking player. He's got an awful lot of ability. He's got an awful lot of talent, and I expect him to contribute immediately at Manchester City. I expect him to come in and be one of the first names on the team sheet. I expect him to be taking the Premier League by storm. I expect him to start in the Club World Cup, and I think he's going to be a cracking footballer. Like, I am very excited for this. This is the kind of level signing that we need to get. I think we stalled a little bit with Calvin Phillips and Nunes. I think we stalled because we missed out on key signings. We obviously wanted Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, and at one point we wanted Paqueta as well. And we went to our backups, and they were bargain basement stuff. And I think Kovacic was a decent player. Was he on the Bears? He's probably sleeping. Yeah, I don't even. Obviously, you guys know I'd never get a chance to do that anymore. You know, no chance. I'm too much Mr. Family Man these days. Yeah, I would love to be the guy who's out drinking on a random Tuesday night. No chance, mate. I don't get to go out ever anymore. I am Mr. Family Man with a newborn and a 2.5-year-old and a wife who doesn't ever go out. That's the reality. It'll hit you all one day as well when you've got 2 kids. You just don't go out. What for last time I went out? No idea. I don't care. I'm very happy. I'm here with you guys, and it's beautiful. Oh, Marcus, it's happy birthday, mate. Marcus said this is a very nice birthday present. Thanks, City. 24 months as a member as well. Thank you so much, Marcus. Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday to Marcus in the chat. This guy is going to be a wonderful player. He's 26 years old. How do I make my money? YouTube, mate. I'm a full-time YouTuber, pal. I'm very lucky enough to be doing this for a long time, and just about pays the bills, mate. I'm not wadded, but I tell you what, it's an average wage, but I get to be at home and make YouTube videos for you guys. So yeah, that's how, mate. So yeah, it's my job. It's my job, and it pays a decent wage. As I said, it's all right. And I don't work as much as I used to because I'm looking after my son all the time, but I try my best to do these videos for you guys, and hopefully you're enjoying them. Thank you very much, Summer Island Prince. There's lots of great content creators in the city space. One of the OGs. I will give myself that. I have been doing this probably longer than anyone on YouTube for City. I am the old man. I'm the old man of this game on YouTube. I 100% am the old man of this game on YouTube, and I'm very proud of that. So it's going to be this. I am very excited for it. I love doing this. I love building this side because I really like doing it. Ain't Nori is going to be available. Oh, he's such a good player. It's going to be great. Nori will be playing at left back, who I love. I think Vardiol is going to be playing centre back. I'm going to put Diaz here, but I'm hoping it's Kusanov because I want to see Kusanov with his pace. New signing, it'll be Nunes for now, but it could be Livramento. I think Marmouche will play there. I think Rodri's there. I think this is going to be Foden for now. I think this will be Haaland, and I think Shirky will start normally out there and drift inside. I think Guardiola will trust Foden more as a 10 initially, but Shirky can play anywhere. I think it's going to be something like that. Oh, I can't wait, man. I've got a feeling as well, what we'll see is Oscar Bob even start some games in the Club World Cup where Foden sort of gets a rest, and we might see this. And what we'll see is him getting forward like that, and it'll be Nori will be really far off the pitch, and it'll be beautiful, man. It'll be beautiful. It'll be something like this in the Club World Cup, and I cannot wait to see it. So good, man. So good. Absolutely wonderful. Click edit, and he's going to be a new keeper. Click to edit, it's a new keeper, yeah. We signed him from Faroe Islands. Click to edit. Mr. Click to edit, he's he's a hot prospect. He's 21 years old. No, I think this is going to be Ederson. I think it will be Ederson still. So I think it's going to be something like that. Nunes will obviously want to get forward, but yeah. Shirky could invert, but I still think it's going to be 8 Nori. But yeah, overlapping in fullbacks could be, but then I think we're going to play this sort of like 2-3 formation. And the reason I think we're after Livramento is because he's a little bit more defensive minded, and he'd be happy to sit back there and cover. Because Guardiola likes the 3-2 or the 2-3. I think we'd be like that, basically. I think Bob would stay a bit more wide. 8 Nori would overlap on that side. And I think we'd see Livramento supporting Bob, but not overlapping. Because I think Guardiola likes this here. The 2 here and the 3 here to sort of stop for the counter-attacks. I think it'd be something like that. The price is good as well, by the way. I think it's really good. I'm very happy with that price. I think for us, as Manchester City fans, 56 million. It'll be about... Some of that will be add-ons as well. It'll be pushing, 50 million. Let me just reply to someone, by the way. I know it's about a video later. Perfect, mate. I'll send a link over then. I'm doing a video later at 2 o'clock about this fella with someone. So Bobinho, I put him in there. I think Oscar Bob's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Forson, Mike Mining looks a really good keeper, We'll see. I think he's going to Chelsea, isn't he, Mike Minion? It looks great. I saw some links to James Trafford, actually, which I've been expecting and waiting for those links. Generally have. And I think he'd be a decent signing for what it's worth. No, Shirky will go anywhere he wants to. He will do. Nori's going to overlap. Marmouche will cut in near Haaland. Shirky will go around there. Reijnders will get there. We're going to camp outside the area like this, aren't we? It's going to be sort of like this. Livramento will cover that side a little bit. Shirky will go over there. He'll go where he wants to. There's so many things. And we're going to, so many ways to get at people. What I'm excited for is watching City do this and sort of, getting Shirky here to sort of link up with Bob and Haaland, whoever. Reijnders here with Nori and Marmouche. There's going to be so much talent, man. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. The closest we've got to a free roll was obviously Kev. But what I would counter that, someone said no one gets a free roll, is I remember David Silva popping up all over the pitch in terms of the channels because he was good enough to do it and Guardiola trusted his intelligence. And it's not about where you can go. It's about what you can do when you get the ball. And Guardiola will trust you if when you get there, you use it correctly and you use it smartly. And, the thing is, Shirky has that pauser, and look, even Reijnders has a little bit of that in terms of his game, where he'll slow things down a little bit and he'll choose his moments. He trusts his ability. Oh, I'm very excited, guys. I'm very excited. I think this is going to be a cracking signing. You know, he's just a really good footballer, with loads of ability, and I can't wait to see how it goes. I think he's going to complement Rodri really well. I think we're going to see City controlling games at our very best. We're bringing in Pep Linders as well, don't forget, who's going to be pushing City physically to press again. And when you get the new signings with the hunger of Reijnders and Aït-Nouri and Shirky and so on, and whoever else comes in, and they will come in, and will certainly be more after the Club World Cup. I think it'll just be those three, by the way, for the Club World Cup, which is still brilliant. I think you've got a very complete team then. But when you get those guys coming in, it will be refreshing to watch the change in dynamism and physicality, especially with the younger lads we've already got in as well. Can't wait. I really can't wait. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. I've got another video coming later. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. Give the video a like and subscribe. We've got our first signing of the summer. It's not officially confirmed. Of course, we'll do a video when it's confirmed. I'll try and do an everything you need to know type video, which you guys have been enjoying on the channel for the last few years. Thank you very much. You're all awesome. Bye-bye, guys. Tijjani Reijnders. We got you. Bye-bye.